When you step into a 911 dispatch center at 2 in the morning, the atmosphere is heavy. It's a quiet room engineered for crisis, where operators wait in near total silence for a stranger's worst nightmare to begin. The moment a call comes in, strict protocols take over. Every keystroke is logged, every word is digitally recorded, and the system instantly pulls the caller's physical location. This illustrates the enhanced 911 system. When dialed, the network transmits the voice signal alongside a parallel stream of precise geographical coordinates. The two merge at the central terminal, instantly giving the dispatcher an exact address before they even say hello. For 4 years, a dispatcher named Alex worked the night shift in this environment. He was a veteran of the system, accustomed to the routine chaos of car accidents and domestic disputes that normally filled his headset. Alex's experience was shaped by a system that left no room for error. The network tracked every signal to its physical source and logged it permanently. An untraceable emergency simply didn't exist in the data. Then came the anomaly. At exactly 3:13 a.m., Alex's headset beeped. He answered with the standard greeting, but heard only breathing. A few seconds later, a young boy whispered, "Please don't tell him I'm hiding." Alex immediately checked his terminal to dispatch units, but the screen was empty. Instead of the mandatory E911 geographic coordinates, the system displayed a blank field. No location found. Alex pressed the boy for an address, but the child only replied, "He's coming." A loud bang echoed through the earpiece. The boy gasped, whispering someone was inside the house. Alex was now looking at a critical failure. He was listening to a live, escalating threat, but without geographical data, he had no way to deploy a rescue. Alex asked the boy where his parents were. The line went silent. Finally, the boy whispered that they were downstairs, adding, "They stopped moving." At that exact moment, the acoustic profile of the call shifted. The quiet background noise was crushed by the sound of slow, heavy footsteps. They were echoing through the phone, steadily growing closer. The boy started crying, terrified the intruder had heard him. Alex fell back on standard protocol, ordering the boy to stay hidden and shouting that officers were on the way. It was a lie. He still had no address. The heavy footsteps stopped. A deep voice spoke 2 words, "Found you." The line instantly disconnected. The single fragile link between Alex and the child had been severed. Alex immediately called the number back, only to hear an automated operator state it didn't exist. Desperate, he contacted police units, initiating a search of every emergency report in the city. The police scoured the jurisdiction all night. There were no murders, there were no break-ins. No missing children. The physical world showed zero evidence of the crime Alex had just listened to. The next morning, Alex pulled his supervisor aside to review the server logs, expecting the audio recording to provide a clue. This timeline illustrates the server's data flow. At 3:13 a.m., the playback showed nothing. The system captured no waveform. The recording didn't exist. Zooming out to the raw telecommunications log, the issue deepens. The network registers 0 incoming data packets. No external number ever connected. The boy, the footsteps, the intruder, none of it was recognized by the hardware. The rigid digital infrastructure that mapped every emergency had entirely erased the event. Unable to let the phantom call go, Alex abandoned the modern digital databases. Weeks later, he sat in a library, manually scrolling through physical newspaper archives until he found a match. 23 years earlier, a family of 3 was murdered in their home. The only survivor was a 7-year-old boy. He had survived by hiding inside a bedroom closet while dialing 911, but a massive regional phone outage occurred that night. The local telecommunications grid failed, and the boy's desperate call never routed to a dispatcher. The newspaper article recorded the exact moment the police determined the crime took place, 3:13 a.m. The match was exact. The failed call from 20 years ago, never received due to the outage, shared the same timestamp and the same desperate plea. After 2 decades, the signal from that closet had finally found an open terminal. Faced with proof of something the hardware couldn't explain, Alex packed up his desk and resigned from the dispatch center a month later. But the system hasn't purged the error. Every single year, on the exact anniversary of the cold case, that specific dispatch terminal experiences the same technological anomaly. At exactly 3:13 a.m., The emergency line rings once. Whoever answers the terminal hears only one sentence: "Please don't tell him I'm hiding." We build modern technology to perfectly record, trace, and resolve human emergencies, yet the system will remain forever vulnerable to the unresolved echoes of the tragedies it failed to prevent.